So what are you doing? Are you coming in or what are you doing? What are you actually up to, this little dog? He's actually up to something, it is. It's up to something. Hodge up. Hodge. Come on, hop up. Come on, hop up. Come on, you. What are you doing? He says, what's that you've got there? So, hello. Well, today I'd like to take a look at this book, which is a memoir by the great actor Val Kilmer, who is, I'll move this. I don't know what they are, they're bio something, they're horrible. Tastes like shit. But this is one of the greatest actors that's ever walked the face of the earth, I can tell you. I'm your Huckleberry. That's a quote from one of his films that he made when he, I can't remember, my brain's going dead now, so I can't remember the name of it, but no, it'll come back. It'll slowly come back when it filters in my brain, does it? Sort of filters in, doesn't it? This guy, awesome actor. So many movies that I've seen with him that I just think, wow, really? Are you sure? Yeah, I would totally agree. A visionary artist and an extraordinary life. Absolutely awesome. The funniest film I ever saw, I love the rainbow. The funniest film I ever saw was, I can't remember the name of it. The trouble is, when you've got dementia, you just sort of like, just can't remember anything. So maybe I should start this video again and get some notes or something. But, well, is there a filmography? Maybe I can cheat and use that. Because God help me, my brain's not working. Not at all. Oh, it's actually quite terrifying to be going mental. I'm not joking either. It really is actually really frightening because you just think, Jesus, my brain is going bonkers, and I can't remember anything now. What a fucking menace. Top Secret. There it is. Top Secret. That was the first film that he did, and it's a comedy. It's a sort of a spoof, you know, like along the lines of Airplane and other such things. But Val was also Batman. He was Jim Morrison, which he did brilliantly. He was the Saint, which he did brilliantly. And this is not going to come back to me, unfortunately. The name of that movie is not going to come back to me. I sent off for this book, by the way, especially from America. It didn't half cost me a fortune to pay for the taxation on it, because it wasn't issued, as far as I'm aware, in the UK. So there's the ISBN if you want a copy. I'd highly recommend it. I've read it. It's a great book. And wow, where do I start? Val Kilmer. He had the best thing about him was his voice, and through a horrible, evil twist of fate, he had to have his voice removed because he had cancer of the throat, and so he doesn't have his voice, as it were, anymore. He speaks through a sort of strained version of you know how it is when you've had a laryngectomy. He speaks very, very differently than how he used to, and which is, I find, very, very, very awful, because he was he's still acting. Oh yeah, he's still going. He's a brave man. He's still hanging in there, and he's not. And his son, luckily, his son sounds very much like him. So his son dubs his voice now, which is great. Really, I think that's fantastic. It's given him his son a chance to work in Hollywood, which is all good. My first wife used to work in the film industry. She was stolen from me by cancer as well, which is interesting, isn't it? How cancer, I tell you what, if I ever met cancer, I'd kick its fucking arse up its own fucking lobotomy. But sorry for the swearing. But no, the trouble is with it is it smashes instances and destroys and hurts and makes pain and leaves holes in hearts and stuff like that. But this guy, the Saint, one movie that I would highly recommend you watch that Val Kilmer made is called A Ghost in the Darkness, and it's with that other brilliant actor. Now I've got to remember his name, innit? Michael Douglas. It's called A Ghost in the Darkness. It's about lions. It's the lions of Tsavo. It's a true story, in actual fact. These two lions, lions as in large cats, were in Africa. The team were back in the day, 1900 sometime, sort of 18 something or other, were trying to build a railway. Excuse me. God, I had my own problems with my throat. But ultimately, what happened was these lions were hunting for sport. They weren't hunting for food. They were just hunting humans for sport. And so they had to call in. This guy plays Val in the film plays the engineer who's building the bridge, and the other guy whose name I've just forgotten because I can't remember it. Michael Douglas, I think it is. I hope it's correct. I hope I've got the Michael Douglas correct. But he plays the part of the hunter that's gonna kill the lions. And those darn beasts are still in a museum somewhere because they're stuffed. They've been stuffed in it. I tell you what, mate, never get angry, never get anxious because you'll end up stuffed in a museum somewhere, innit? Either waxwork or normal, but you'll get stuffed. But no, they ultimately ended up stuffed in a museum. I don't even know where, but it's what's that film where he says I'm your Huckleberry? Oh man, my brain is just too much. I just can't be done with it. Can I get some? Oh. He was in Top Gun as well. Oh my God, was he ever in Top Gun? He was Doc Holliday. He was Doc Holliday in that film. Why, you look like you've just seen a ghost. It wasn't Wyatt Earp, it was the other one. And they're not going to give me any clues, are they? Sorry, I've been strangely eating nuts, and nuts always stick on my throat, which is a real shithouse. Willow was a film where he met a really beautiful girl called Joanne Whaley, and who was in a film called Scandal with that other blonde girl who was gorgeous. What was her name? Oh, it's all about names, isn't it? There was this beautiful. Excuse me, I've got nut stuck in my neck, innit? I swallowed a Viagra the other day. I've had a stiff neck for weeks. It's like, it got stuck in my throat. I've had a stiff neck for weeks, you know, the old joke. But Joanne Whaley and what was her name? The bloke that was in Easy Rider. It was his daughter. Oh, my brain. Sorry, it's all going now. It's all happening. It's not happening anymore, is it? I'm sorry. The videos are going to get worse and worse and worse. He was in Heat as well, a great film with Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro. No, Marlon Brando wasn't in it. Sorry, Robert De Niro was in it definitely, and Al Pacino. Oh yeah. Oh my God, what a fuss. But no, it was all good, and he was in with he did act with Marlon Brando in actual fact in a movie called the Island of Mr. Manchu or something, the Island of Dr. Moreau or something like that. No, he's been everywhere. See, this dude has been doing everything. And it's awesome. Somebody put it in the comments below the film, the movie I'm thinking of with Goldie Hawn's husband. You know the bloke I'm trying to remember. I can't remember his bloody name, innit? Because my brain's going downhill, innit? But Goldie Hawn's husband, they've been together for years. He's a brilliant actor. He starred with Val Kilmer in a cowboy movie. And it had the guy out of the original Terminator as well, who was the victim of when he goes, "Wow, you look like you've just seen a ghost. I'm your Huckleberry," you know, and all the rest of it. Brilliant, awesome. But no, I can highly recommend this book. I really can. And I'm sorry about. I really apologise for all the memory bullshit. I swear I'm not faking it. I can't bloody remember. God damn it! It really pisses me off. But it's a lovely book, this, and you should literally get yourselves a copy, because it's a good read about a decent guy, and he's had his problems much more than me. I'm still speaking. I might be as dumb as a box of darn fucking rocks, but at least I can still speak, can't I? And poor old Val, he had his voice taken off him, which is one of, in my perception of life, it's one of the biggest cruelties that you could ever do to a person who uses their wonderful voice as a tool to make money. And how awful. Yeah, what's that? What does that say? Act and ye shall receive. It lives green from the desert, for the desert believes. Sand is poured in my side. When it is still and it is night, and ground on even lines rests in sleep, when sheets and pillows and smooth mounds that comfort are like home safe distort to move into what is pain for me. Then I move, and then I ask for my dream again. Well, that's a nice line to be able to have said. So he went to Juilliard, obviously, which was a famous acting school. Oh, yeah. I'm not so sure I could have even done that. I think I probably looked like that after I'd been in a motorcycle accident once. I was sort of trapped under a bloody car, like, pretty much like that. I wasn't happy with it. I really wasn't happy with it at all, I can tell you. I was saved by a beautiful girl called Sarah Kistruck, who was a paramedic. She kept me happy whilst I was under a Volvo. Buy Volvo. They're boxy, but they're good. So there he is, look, with Sean Penn and Kevin Bacon, two of my other really favourite American actors. I think they're brilliant. Slab Boys. Never even heard of it, never even seen it. So that's one for me to look up, isn't it? There you go. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. He's with Cher there at the BAFTAs. He's been around, this lad. He's certainly done his thing. And what was that brilliant line in Top Gun where he goes, he sniffed, you always used to sniff, didn't he? He said, "You can always be my wingman." That's a very poor impression of him, but bless him. That's his wife. That was his wife, Joan Whaley. She's very beautiful. They're still friends. They're still together, but in sort of in a not together kind of way. Oh, I know that one. So familiar. But Michelle Pfeiffer, what a beauty. He's there with her. He must have just done everything, hasn't he? I mean, what the heck? What the heck? He's gone everywhere. So anyway, to cut to the chase, grab the book. Val Kilmer, I'm your Huckleberry. All the very best wishes. I'll leave you on Jimmy who's snoozing because I'm boring everybody. So all the very best. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.